Hi guys, I'm back with my bullet planner this week. Thank you to everyone who's made lovely comments about how helpful my other video was. I know a lot of people watched it and then went out and bought one themselves. I'm loving this. This is pretty much becoming my main planner. The slight downside is there's not as much room for notes as I would like, but I still carry my bullet journal around with me for that, so that's not a problem. I have been using stickers in this, as I probably alluded to in my last video. This is this week, by the way, in a slightly-ish Valentine's-y kit, but not really, because it's not really me. I have stuck with using the Deluxe Mini Kit from Plannerface so far, because they give loads of functional stickers, and I get the headers, which I really like on my dailies, just try and keep it coordinated a bit. There is almost too many stickers, but I really like having the headers, so I will stick with those for the time being. I have ordered some personal kits from Anybeth Designs to try out as well, because I think those would work in here really, really nicely, and hopefully they will arrive in the post in the next few days. So I have a blank week here, as you can see. This is how I start up. I do sketch out my sort of vague sleep pattern from midnight at the beginning of the day to start off with, because I found I'm sticking things over this. I'm utilising this space rather than it being dead space, and one of the weekend banners fits perfectly in here. And I have been using these little mini post-it markers, which are these ones here. These fit really nicely across the columns, so I've had those stuck in for work and stuff, and I thought I'd actually remove them all just to make it a bit easier. Apparently not, but there we go. So I'll move those to one side. This week I tweaked it a little bit this week so that I didn't have my good bits down here. I had them on the dailies. And I'm not sure I like it as much. I quite like having it down here, so I've got kind of the whole overview of the week, and then this is more of just a dumping page for all the other stuff that goes into my head. So that's probably what I'm going to go back to. I am going to use another Deluxe Mini Kit. I'm going to use the French breakfast kit from Plannerface today. And as you can see, there are a lot of functional stickers. There is some deco, which sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. We'll just see how it goes, really. Yeah, so it is half term. Oh, by the way, these stickers a lot of them do need a little bit of a encouraging tweak, snip here or there, just to make work. But as we know by now, I do not mind cutting up stickers. Anyway, as I was saying, it's half term. It has been foul weather. It has been freezing cold. It's really, really cold now as I'm filming this, but I had to roll my sleeves up because I've got so many layers on, I look like the Michelin Man, and that was kind of distracting. I was like, I can't move to do the things I want to do. But anyway, there we go. So this week that I'm planning is the week of the 19th to the 25th. It's right in front of me. 25th of February. There is nothing much going on. I do tend to use 2 or 3 mild liners for decoration, so I'm going to go with blue and the red because I think they work quite well with this kit. Just to add a bit of colour here and there. I'm not going to use it yet. So once I know which week I'm doing, I then go in and time block stuff. So start off with, I'm going to do work, because that is the one that takes up most of the time, as I'm sure most of you are aware by now. 4 on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, 5 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and probably 4 on Friday. So it just gives me a little bit of a view, and I don't use a ruler. I talked about last week why I don't use rulers. It's just too much faff. And I am going to shade in the timelines as well. I still can't decide whether I like colouring in the timelines or not. I don't know. I'll do it for now. We'll keep going. I've started, so why not? I'm not going to fill in the work details just yet. I do have normal things going on next week. I do have guides next week, which I will put there. As you see, I've just done a little trim of the event label. If I went over the time block, I wouldn't need to cut this, but I kind of want to see that, so I've taken to trimming them down a little bit. Tuesday, I have excuse me, the wonderful, exciting time of Kettler size, which I must admit, the first week it was horrendous. I couldn't move for about 3 days afterwards. This week it was okay. My legs didn't hurt as much, but I did feel quite a bit of discomfort in my back this time. There we go. I'm not going to put anything down, or am I? Do the glitter headers fit? Not quite. I'm not going to put it. I'm going to stick it in the list at the bottom. You'll know what I'm on about in a minute, sorry. I think that's pretty much it for the moment. Then I stick these little checklists in the bottom. Sorry. This is it's a surprisingly bulky planner to have moving around, but that's okay. So these are sort of for day-specific events that are not necessarily time-specific, or that are time-specific, but how do I describe it? They are time-specific, but they're not going to take up a set amount of time, and I can do it any time after then, i.e. What's New Wednesday. New release times for shops and things like that. They have a set time, but it doesn't matter if I get there at a set time. I know what I mean. I've lost the ability to communicate, I think, being half term. I've spoken to my husband when he gets home, but then, you know, I'm at home for 12 hours a day with nobody to talk to, and it's like you lose the ability to use your words. Anyway, so these bits down here have things like Wednesday. What's New Wednesday? It's recycling. Things like that. They're examples of stuff that are sort of day specific, or do have a time, but the time isn't necessarily important. Like, I know What's New Wednesday means that the stickers will be available at 6 o'clock. Do I need to put that on my timeline? Probably not. So that's how that works. Weekend banner. I think I'm going to go... Sorry, I started to stick a cascade. I'm going to go for this weekend banner. I do have to flip the planner upside down to make it work. Oh, no! Oh, disaster. Oh. Absolutely. Oh no. Okay, I can make this work. I can make this work. Oh. Talk about what you don't want to happen. Okay, I can make this work. I managed to cut one in the wrong place the other day, so, and still make it work. So I'm sure it will be Okay. No. Okay, well that's just going to be at a jaunty angle this week rather than nice and even because I've ruined it. And you can kind of see it, but hey ho. Mistakes happen, and I'll look back on that and think, that's because I was a bit of a lemon. I'm going to go with the blue for my good bits. So I decided I'm going to extend the space I allow myself for the good bits. Because sometimes I have more than one good bit that I want to write about. And this is one of the first times I've ever pre-planned something in pencil. Having said I don't do it last week, I've just put dot markers where the highlighted bit is going to go to try and speed it up a bit because I know this can be quite time consuming. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up there. I'm going to stick my Good Morning Sunshine bit at the top because I quite like that. And that still gives me a bit of space to write good bits underneath. If I can remember to fit it all on the screen. There we go. Not as neat and tidy, but hey ho. Right, this space up here, I'm actually going to do some weekly tracking this week, and I'm going to build my own habit tracker because I've quite enjoyed having that in my bullet journal, and I've actually been using it more than my monthly one. And I think as well, because I've started doing the little patterns, let's see if I can find an example. It's my bullet journal. I started doing little patterns. Here we go, to fill in when I've done it, and I think I want to fill the patterns, so I want to do it because I want to complete it. Very sad, I know, but whatever makes you do it. Why have I written duty? That's why my brain is all over the place completely. I don't want duty. I think I know why. Whenever I write AM normally, it is duty, but I'm trying to get better at my eye care, which is it's not as good as it could be, but it is getting better. And journaling is something for me. Scratch. Sorry. Gone really quiet. I don't mean to. And there was one more. What was the last one I wanted to do? Oh yeah. I'll set myself a little bit of a cleaning thing just to try and be better. So I will fill that in eventually. I'm going to use, which one should I use? Pink or blue? Blue is a little bit more me. I'll have a little less pink. And then I'm just going to pop this in for... That's really wonky. Let's try that again. Magic. I was thinking I was popping this in for meal planning. I have been tracking my meals on my dailies this week, but I'm not sure I like it. So I'm going to go back to just having a list of what I've had for dinner. So that's that. Then we get on to the dailies, which is where we go with the date covers, because I kind of don't like the printed one. I like having the full day. This as well, just in case you can't remember, is actually one open space, and I just divide it because I like having an even space for every single day. It just makes me feel a little bit happier. I've tried splitting it, one box for a weekend, but I just didn't like the way it turned out, so decided to ditch that idea. This is not very exciting. What I've normally been doing is, after my first week of using stickers, which was this one, I then went ahead and put the headers in for the next couple of weeks, because then I can pre-plan tasks as they come up, which has worked really well. But I knew I wanted to film this from scratch, so I haven't done it this week, but in the future I may well have done if I decide to do another video or I change things up again. Saturday and Sunday, finally. I'm gonna try just using this for notes this week, just to see how it goes, because that is one thing that I feel I've been missing. And then what I normally do with my weekend planner is I cut it in half. Not rip it ridiculously like I've just done. And just kind of add it in-ish. I can't even remember how I've been sticking this in. That'll do. Like that. There we go. It doesn't matter too much. Now, there is a lot more filling out and prettifying to this that I normally do. So I'm actually going to pause. I'm going to go and do all that, and then I'm going to come back and talk you through what I've done, because I think it will be a little bit easier than me talking through it at the moment. So I'll see you in a moment. So I've just added a little bit of mild liner colour in places, like around here, around my tracker at the bottom, just because I like colour, and I've added in a few more penned details. And then on this side page I've added mild liner colour all the way around the edge and across the lines, again just because I quite like the colour and I think it gives a bit more definition between the days. I liked this washi, so I just stuck a bit in there because why not. And because Thursday is planner day, I took the little planner deco from the sheet and just stuck it in there because I quite liked the way it coordinated. And then this box down here I quite liked, so I've stuck it on Sunday because there is almost certainly likely to be a lot less on Sundays. So as the week goes on, more things will get added to this. One thing I haven't done, which I normally do, is I've not added my icons. So as you can see, I'm in love with Anna's mini sheets for various different reasons, because they're just lovely primarily, and so I'm gonna add a few of these in because I quite like them. It is a quiet week, there's no bills or anything this week, so there's none of those stickers have been used. I've just stuck my clean list down there because I thought it was a good place to put it. Nails, we'll go for that one. So it is actually, even though I'm back at work and there's normally a lot more going on when I'm at work, there isn't as much going on, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of how I set it up at the moment. It is likely to change a little bit, as planning always does, but I just love the fact that I have my timeline that I can decorate and make pretty, and then I have all this space as well, which is awesome. So hopefully if you're still hanging on and deciding how you might want to decorate your planner, then this might give you a little bit of an idea. As always, check out my Instagram for pictures of how this develops as the week goes on. And once I've finished filming, I invariably on every spread go back and add more things in. And as you can see, I have still got absolutely loads this week left over. I've barely touched it, so these will get used, and any that are left over will almost certainly go in a different planner and be used in another way there. So that's all for now, guys. Hopefully you're all having a lovely half term. Again, any requests, suggestions, anything you want to see, leave it in the comments below. And happy planning.